It is January 8th. Today is a Super Bowl party, not here, but at a friend's. But I have a apartment inspection tomorrow. It is for sprinkler stuff, and while this place is fine, it would give me peace of mind if it was just clean. So we're gonna do a quick vacuum, and then we're gonna talk about what is going on with this tiny house. Shout out to anyone else who is crazy overstimulated by vacuuming. Anyway, this is me cleaning out the filter. I desperately need a new one, but I would rather just have a freshly vacuumed place for tomorrow so I didn't have to worry about it after the Super Bowl party. Here we go. And you might be thinking to yourself, is this overkill? And my answer to that is probably. I put the vacuum up here so I don't kill my back, because this constant house cleaning is like down, up. And my back is not into that. So you're not here for old people back problems like me. You're here to find out what's going on with the tiny house, and I'm happy to tell you. So I'm gonna give a disclaimer because nobody spills tea anymore, and I'm not interested in creating some rando drama, because if I could do it all over again, I don't think I would change a thing, except maybe probably getting a gas stove. I think that's my one. Damn, why didn't I save for that? Okay. Ooh. Howdy. I feel like I'm a floor person for anybody else. Probably a weird thing to say, but hey, internet. I feel like my best business is conducted from the floor. Okay. Okay, good enough. Take two. So what happened? Essentially, I had done the approval for the 3D designs. I was really excited. I was feeling that momentum, and then the holidays came. And I know that with the holidays, we're looking at least 2 weeks of like not work. In the gaming and tech industry, a lot of people just take the entire month off. So I wasn't expecting much productivity, but I reached out, I sent an email, and I was like, hey, the holidays are coming up. What is a realistic expectation of how far along the house is gonna move? And the answer that I got was like, we don't know when we're going to complete it. Okay. I said, well, not that it is not your problem, but I need to know when the house at least will be started, because my lease ends in February. So the 28th, technically, my regular lease is over. But I was like, I just need to know if this house is going to be completed by February. If not, I need to email my landlord, eat crow, and say, hey, I need to go month to month. So thank goodness, I sent a text to my landlord and I said, hey, building plans got delayed. I was wondering if I could go month to month here. Just for those of you tuning in and having no idea and watching this blog and not being familiar with my finance, like the finance portion of this channel, month to month is $1,903. Right now, this February, I paid $1746 for rent. It's $1740, but I round up because it's there's no free way to pay my rent. It's either done through an immediate transaction through my credit card, or it's done through like check, which is something you just don't want to gamble with that. I'm so sorry. You don't want to wait for it to like get taken out, because shit can go wrong. Like, people have seen this happen time and time again. I don't know why ACH takes so long to transfer, but nevertheless, I ate crow and I said, hey, would it be okay if we went month to month? Otherwise, I'd have to figure out Airbnb or staying with a friend. Just for me, feels like out of the question, because not a lot of my friends live down south, and if I'm being so honest, I like my space. It means in no like disrespect, but like, okay, so the landlord says, I'm going to go check with my manager, and they did, and they approved it, thank goodness. So there's one less, it's just one less thing to worry about to stay put until the house. And I was resistant to it. My aunt had suggested it. I had other friends suggest it, and it made me fussy, because having to go back and say, I'm actually not leaving for a little bit. And so Washington State does have the strictest laws when it comes to landlords, but I anticipate it made her wary, because when you go month to month, it is harder to kick people out. And you know, I want to leave this place better than I found it. That's like my mentality. So I have been kind of in the gray. I have been going through and patching up all the holes that I made, hanging up art, hanging up plants, hanging up things. So yeah, okay. So now that I know for sure the house is not going to be done by February, what's happening? And again, I'm telling this story from a consumer side of things. I'm not interested in deteriorating business relationships with people, but I am going to say how I'm feeling, and it is not in a way to tear down anyone else. But from then on, it had been about 3, if I counted the week that I sent the email, it had been 4 weeks. But to give grace, it had been 3 weeks. 3 weeks from the time I reached out and then heard back. So sorry. I waited 3 weeks after I had sent that initial, like, what goes on during the holidays email. And therein lies, I think, what feels a little prickly for me, in that I don't want to guess where the build is. And if there's anyone who is going to buy a tiny house, or going to hire contractors to build out their home in general, reach out every 2 weeks. I know that it feels like you're nagging, but it is your house. And as a customer, I don't want to chase you. I don't want to chase you to tell me what's going on with my build. So thankfully, I found out. Man, I can like breathe and like soak it in that moment, where I got an email back saying, hi, just letting you know I reached out, and here are the progress pics. So I'll probably post that like somewhere on. Isn't she lovely? Yeah. I cannot even begin to tell you the relief that I felt seeing those progress photos, seeing my little casita, and knowing that, like, having faith that progress is being made in rooms I can't see. And it has, the theme of Orpheus and Eurydice had kept coming up that week. And the whole point of that story, if you don't know, it's this story of Orpheus having to rescue his wife from the underground, and his one testament, his test, is not to look back to make sure she's following him outside of the underworld, that she's in fact there. And the tragedy is that he does look back. And I wanted to make sure that I had faith, but I also was smart about it, because if you are in this tiny house community, you have heard horror stories. And while like Pacifica is a reputable company, I'm noticing the differences in communication styles. So I think that is my honest opinion, in a way where it's feedback, but it also is gentle, in that, like, I have complete and total faith that my house is going to be completed either in March or early April. So I can breathe. I can just breathe. And oh man, one last drama thing, if you're into it. I'm part of a Discord channel for tiny homes, and I won't say which one, but there are so many. And I had made the mistake of posting mind you, I'm not working on my home. I am physically not capable of putting a house together. Why, Becca? I don't have a degree like that. I don't even have tools yet. So I'm entrusting these people to do it. And while there are, every builder, just like every coder, every gamer, every artist has a methodology to how they put something together. And I made the mistake of posting my progress photos in a tiny house forum. Oh man, this guy ate me up and said, well, he was the type of fella. He was the type of fella that we joke about, where you're like, you must be an idiot to do X, Y, and Z, because and it's like, whoa, buddy, hey now. And I was like, you know what? I'm actually not looking for feedback right now. Big mistake. So anyway, don't be like that. Don't be like that. If you wouldn't do something a certain way, that's fine. But I was just kind of in awe that this type of like character of a human being really exists out there and is just a meanie weenie. So stop it. Anyway, that is the hot tea regarding my house. It's underway, and there are definitely some tweaks in terms of like communication styles that I think could be better, but I have faith that it'll be done, and I can just, oh man, I'm kind of where I am is I'm just waiting for that, like, okay, this is going to be delivered on this day, so that way I can like basically say, hey, this is the last day I'm living here, pack everything up, sell what I need to sell left, and then move. Have it so that there's a little bit of overlap when I'm moving, so that way I'm not like in a bind or you know, have it so that I have a place to sleep when the house is delivered, and there's no issue around like moving out and then moving in. Okay, that's all I have, and hopefully the next video that I'll be showing you is me moving into my casita. Bye.